Hi, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about how not to be the wicked stepmother or wicked stepfather, and how you can stop stepchildren from saying, "You're not my mum, you're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do." I do one post a week. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll let you know every time I post. Today we're going to be talking about how not to be called the wicked stepmother or wicked stepfather, and how to avoid being told "you're not my mum and you're not my dad." When you come together as a step family, you're really hoping that the family will gel and you'll get on well with the children, and you'll be able to re-engineer a little bit of family spirit and make things fun and enjoy the children. And you're hoping that they'll begin to respond to you. You may already have started a relationship with them, and you may feel as though you're getting on well and things should be fine. But when you do form as a step family, you come together and you make the transition from being the parent's friend to being a step parent. And when you do that, the children suddenly begin to realise, quite often it'll happen in one instance, they'll suddenly realise that you have transitioned from being their parents' friend to being their parents' partner. And when you do that, you have a say. You have a say not only in your life and their parents' life, but in them, the children's life. You can become quite judgmental, and you can say what is good and what is not good, and their parent suddenly begins to defer to you, and you begin to work together. And so suddenly you have much more influence in the situation. So when you come across situations that you don't like about the stepchildren and what they're doing and their behaviour, suddenly you become able to say so. When you are just their parent's friend, you cannot, or not so easily. And suddenly you're in a position to be able to say, "Don't do that," or "Do it this way," or could you do that? Could you do the other? And my advice to you is to hold back from doing that. Don't go in when you see something that you don't like. Step parents can often see things they don't like, especially when they first join a step family, because there is always room for improvement, and you can see the children should be doing this, or that their table manners should be better, or they should be asked to be tidier, or their politeness they could be better, and you can always see room for improvement. So it's very easy for a step parent to wade in, and I would recommend not doing that. I recommend staying out of anything you see that you do not like in the way of behaviour. Instead, when you do pull away, keep making a little note of it, and soon you'll have a number of things that you think could be changed for the better. Group these like things together so you can see that there may be a whole range of things under the title of table manners or politeness, and decide which of those things on your list you'd like to tackle the first. And I recommend you tackle the most important thing for you first, the thing that's annoying you the most, the thing that's bothering you most frequently, the thing that you think is the most important for them to stop doing or start doing first and foremost. Because if you tackle the things that are lower down on the list, then you'll still be irritated and frustrated about the things that are still annoying you at the top of the list, and you've only dealt with some small and inconsequential things. Whereas if you deal with the thing that's the most important on your list, then you're likely to feel a lot better faster. When you have this list, think about it. Look at it as though look at you can see all the things that are wrong and what you want to change and the negatives to do with what's going on at the moment. Switch it over and think about what that actually means you want to happen. What is the behaviour you're asking for? And put it in a positive way instead of what shouldn't be happening. Then go to your partner about it. Now, if you haven't had out and out arguments with the children yet about their behaviour, then the partner is quite likely to agree with things that you suggest, like improved table manners, and you can talk it through with them and agree what it is you're going to ask the children to do differently. And then arrange a time to speak to the children. You can do this as a joint meeting, and if you do it as a joint meeting, make sure that you make it fun and encouraging and something that they feel as though they're being fully respected and valued, and that their opinion is sought at the meeting, so that they feel as though they've got some input and they feel as though they have a say. And so all of these things, if you choose to do it individually, that's fine. If you've got one child with a particular thing that you're wanting to change, you can just do it face to face with them alone. But either way, one of the most important things is to get the expectations absolutely clear, so they have no doubt about what it is that you are asking for. Talk about it. Make sure, get them to feedback. Ask them whether they think, what the problems with that would be, whether they could start straight away, what would that all mean for them, and then so once you've got it absolutely clear, because there's lots of misunderstandings can happen in this area. And by the way, if it goes wrong again because of a misunderstanding, there's no questions about it. Just give forgiveness and we'll start again. Next time, do it differently. Also, when you do have a meeting with the children, whether alone or together, you could maybe ask them whether or not they can think of a small consequence for them not doing what you suggest or what is being proposed, and a small reward for actually meeting the expectation. And that way they have some input, and you make sure that it's only a very small thing that wouldn't be difficult for them to do in the event of a consequence, or a small reward that also wouldn't be difficult for you to do when you need to reward them. Then what one has done is one set up a house rule. So it's no longer, I want you to do this, and I want you to stop doing this, and please don't do that, and please do the other. Instead of which, we've got a house rule where you and your partner can back each other up, and suddenly this becomes the way we do something in this house, instead of you are my wicked stepmother or father and you're not my mother or father, so you can't tell me what to do. If something does go wrong, by all means, check it out with them. It's much better to give them a second chance than it is to punish, and before you give the consequence. And if they have done it, then give them the reward. But also, whenever you see them doing what they should be doing, praise them. Never miss the opportunity to praise, because we all, children included, will do things that we think are appreciated and are recognised. And that is the way people operate. The website details are in the box below, and we run workshops. I offer sessions, we have booklets, We offer an email response service. Check us out.